Alrighty, good morning. Let's see, there we go. Sorry about the delay, y'all. Put up on Twitter that today might have been a little bit late, a little bit short, but actually we're about on time. So anyhow, unfortunately, the project that I wanted to do today is stuck at the post office right now, and so it wasn't going to be here in time to open up. So I'll probably just do a separate video on that when I get it, probably tomorrow. But anyhow, good morning to everybody. Hope everybody who celebrated it had a good Thanksgiving. I cooked a little bit, as always, any excuse to cook. But I made a turkey breast. Didn't smoke it on the grill, but I made it inside, browned it, and then I put it in a really, really low oven for about an hour and a half. And it came out some of the juiciest, tastiest turkey breast I've ever had. And if I do say so myself, which I do. But I had that. I had my stuffing, which is just bread, celery, some onion, some seasoning, and lots of butter. Took about a stick and a half of butter. And then some garlic, Parmesan, green beans, and also deviled eggs. Put a picture up on Twitter of the finished plate, and I made gravy too. The gravy was the only real disappointment. Mine kind of turned out a little bit thin, which, I mean, it was probably okay for some people, but I like a good thick gravy, Gotta lube everything up. But anyway, so yeah, I cooked that, gave most of it to my next door neighbors who, actually they had a death in the family a couple weeks ago, so I knew the older gentleman that I occasionally talked about next door, he passed away a couple weeks ago, and so I knew they weren't going to do anything, and so of course I took over 2 big old trays of food to them, and they were really happy to get it, so I was glad to have done that. Yesterday I accomplished only one major task in the day, and I'm proud of myself that I accomplished it actually before 10:30 in the morning, and that was washing up the leftover dishes from Thursday. Beyond that, the cats and I took a mental health day where we did nothing but watch movies all day long. And so anyway, today though, I've got a little bit more of a another project. I have a Boston butt, or shoulder butt for, and it's pork for barbecue. It's on the grill right now. Started that early this morning when I first got up and out the door, before I even went to the post office and the grocery store to buy a few things. And so anyway, that's going to be dinner tonight and tomorrow, and lunch tomorrow, and probably lunch on Monday as well. But I plan on giving away a lot of that as well to both my neighbors. Just because I don't need that much food, so I'm happy to give it away. But again, I hope everybody who celebrated had a great Thanksgiving. I want to say good morning to everybody. We got Brian Field, Ronald, Rune. Good morning. Let's see who else. No, Rune, I'm not sure it's only 10 pounds. I think it's going to need to go a little bit higher than that this year, especially after the barbecue today, because I'm making the barbecue same way I made it in the videos that I posted a few months ago, and just making that and some slaw to go with it. Nothing much more. But anyhow, yeah, the dang post office held me up. It was there, and I went in and I asked really, really nicely if there was any way I could pick it up, and they said no, that I had to wait. So anyway, that package was from Night Owl, and he's been putting together just a whole big old box of goodies and some things I really need around here to help out with some stuff. So again, I'll do a video on that probably tomorrow. So today we're going to take apart this guy, this old A series that Jason sent me. So we're going to try to lube it apart and get it taken apart so we can look and see if there's anything going on. I mean, obviously, you turn the knob and that should spring back out, but hopefully it just needs a little bit of lube. Hopefully nothing's broken in there. No beans. I've got some canned baked beans in there. I might heat some up. I like to make my own baked beans, but I didn't buy any beans to do that. I'm trying to keep the dishes at a minimum. So yeah, that's yeah. Anyway, so I hope everybody's doing all right. Appreciate y'all being here. So let's go ahead and just start looking at this, because like I said, today's not going to be too awful long. Get my handy blue towels, because I know we're going to be using some Houdini on this. But anyway, yeah, not going to be too awful long today. So I've still have some online training I need to do, and I'm trying to figure out how I can do that and still be somewhat productive. And actually no, trying to figure out how to do that and be somewhat non-productive today, other than cooking. Yeah, that's a goal. So anyway, let me get the camera turned around here. So bear with me as I get things situated. Alrighty. There we go. Get that up here and we'll start taking it apart. So the first thing when taking these apart like this is, you want to pull the knobs off. The inside knob is pretty easy to pull off. You don't have to unlock it or anything to get to the retainer. And then of course we got the rose, and I'm going to go ahead and pull these screws out here. I know I've done videos on this before, but it's been a while, so I figured we'd look at something new. Well, look at something again. We'll come back and we'll take out this cotter pin here, but to get the outside knob, of course, we have to have either the key or we need to pick it. So with this one in particular, though, it's cruded up as it is, we're going to give it a blast of this stuff right here, which is Houdini. It's just the label that it's sold under at Lowe's Hardware. Which I need to pick some more up. Trying to do this without getting a whole lot of splashback. So let me switch this here. There we go. That way you guys can see a little bit better. Just come in here and just kind of rake these pins up a little bit. Just to work some of that Houdini in there. And then we'll see if we can pick it open. If not, we may have to go in from the other end and do the procedure where, okay, well, that didn't take much. There's another way to get these open. Yeah, and you can see how cruded up that is. It's in the picked position. Just staying there. But there's a way that you can reach in from the back and basically loosen these up, which is how you have to do if, say, there's a key that's broken off in there. Alrighty, there we go. And a lot of times this inside collar will just pop off like that. And then we can pull the cylinder out and see that it is pretty corroded. And of course I just locked it back, but that's okay. We're going to take the rest of this apart here. And then this part screws off. Whew. It's old and dusty in there for sure. All right, let's get some pliers. With these cotter pins, you still kind of want to be careful. They're normally okay to pull out, but you definitely want to be careful not to lose it and not to overbend it. And then this part should slide up, and right here where the retractor is, kind of want to keep a finger or a hand over that. Because otherwise they could go flying out. All right, there we go. Alrighty. Yeah, let's see if we can brush some of this away here. Yeah, Rune, I think this is the same one that Jason sent you. The same model and everything. It's fairly easy to work on. I mean, I can work on it. Good morning, Fred. Hope you're doing all right. Okay. And then these little tabs right here kind of need to be bent out just a little bit so that we can pull this plate off. Maybe not even really. Let's see. Yeah, bent kind of right there. You just barely want to bend it. Actually using a where did it go to? Actually using a little flathead would be the best for that. If I can find my flathead screwdriver somewhere. Hey, Nado. I was just telling everybody that originally your package was supposed to be the subject of the video today. However, it is in limbo at the post office right now. So until they release it to me, I won't be able to get it. It's there physically. I just can't get to it. They hadn't sorted yet, so they weren't going to go back and release it this morning. So I'm taking apart this A series to have something on here, and hopefully I'll be able to find a flathead screwdriver soon enough to do this. Let's see. Just push slightly on one pair of tabs while pulling the spindle away from them. There we go. There we go. All right. And then rotate this. Let's see, actually, well, spring sprung. There we go. So there's the retractor, the spring cage, and then this will come out like that. And then you push on this little retainer right there, slide that plate out. Then you can rotate that around. But you can see we've got an
awful lot build up and goo right here. Just old grease. Push it through. And there we go. I guess y'all are saying the trick is now to put it all back together. Yeah, I think what I will do, everything as far as springs look fairly decent. I think it's just all the crud that's in there from all the years of grease. So probably what I'll do is just spray it out, kind of take a brush to it, hopefully, if I can get it in there. Hey Jeff, G-Key man, glad y'all are here. Yeah, Night Owl, this is like original gunk. I don't know how old this particular lock is, but it's definitely been around a little bit. So yeah, the trick is now to just kind of scrape off some of this old gunk. Like you can see, once upon a time that was really good grease right there. Yeah, now it's just like a booger, giant booger. But yeah, we'll scrape some of the worst of it off here. And then, of course, we want to hose the whole thing down with Houdini. This could probably do with like a several hours soak in Houdini. I don't know if I'm going to do that though during this video, but we'll at least get some of the worst of it off. Like so. And these guys work pretty well. The only thing is you can't put in more than a 5-pin cylinder in them, just because there's not enough room in the knobs to go there. The AL series, which is A series with the lever, which y'all have seen me do before, those will fit a 6-pin cylinder, but not these guys here. Alright, I think it's time to bring in some Houdini. Fortunately, though, the springs all look okay. And then, of course, you can actually take this little part further apart by the little spring cups. You can lift out like that and separate them down and wipe it down, clean it out for any grease boogers. See, this part, this is as far apart as you'll get it. Same with pretty much everything else. Short of taking the cylinder apart, I think we've got it all completely disassembled here. Let's see. Just reading the comments real quick. Hey, Lowell. Good morning. Night Owl, I'm not good on knob series or finish trim series, but here's a good look at it. Obviously it's crudted up, needs to be cleaned off a little bit, but that's what we've got. Yeah, Jeff, the first time I ever took one apart, the springs like sprung out all over the place. It was something to get it back together because I was still in my apartment, and the back room I used to do all my videos and stuff in was crowded anyway. It was sort of the junk room before I moved in there. Yeah, Night Owl, I remember you showing, doing a video with the wafer cylinders in it. Or something with the Schlage wafer cylinders. But let's just try to get a good bit of this gunk off of here, because this is most likely what was holding it up. Making it slow for the latch retractor. Well, sticking the latch retractor once you retracted it. We can give everything a healthy dose of Houdini. Of course, my shop is going to smell wonderful now. The only thing about using Houdini on my bench is this rubber mat that I have on here. And it'll start to bubble up after a while, but after a few days it kind of goes back to normal. And I know that's some sort of chemical reaction, probably between the propellants and the rubber. Yeah, I'm just going to hose everything off really well. And I've still got that video to put together on that reading mortise lock. It's actually coming along okay, but I just need some more time to work on it, which, again, hopefully I'll get to do this weekend, perhaps. Getting all kinds of back spray too. Everything's going to be good and lubricated, preserved. This might need a little bit more. Maybe wipe it down with some vinegar if I wanted to make it really nice and finished. Take a little bit of sandpaper there perhaps, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. What I want to worry about is getting all this crud off of here. Let's see. Okay, Night Owl. That's cool that the current A series can take a 6-pin cylinder. Yeah, like I said, you guys, I'm not good on the trims and everything. Okay, Lowell, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Good luck at work today. A good shot of Houdini will take most of this crud and stuff off of here. that's what you want to do when you take these apart. If they're older, get the crud out of it. That flew out. Okay, so this actually wasn't apart all the way. Forgot about that being able to come apart. There is a certain way to line everything back up when you put it back together, and it's basically you look at the curves and the notches, where the notches go. And I'll figure that out when I put it back together. It has actually been a little while since I've taken one apart. A few months, maybe. Hey, Jason. Yeah, this is the A series that you sent me in that box. Yeah, it all took apart and broke down. Just giving it a wipe down to clean it up with some Houdini. See if we get it put back together in one piece. Might not be in this video, but I'll put it back together. I've got some barbecue on the grill, so that's going to be taking some attention today. Just trying to scrape out all this crud and gunk. Spring and cap inside the front section. You're talking about this one, Room? Yeah, Jason, you missed the goo part. There's all kinds of goo in here. I'm just pulling this back here. This is a good thing to make sure you got a solid grip on if you do that, because it will go flying if you're not careful. Like I said, I'll probably go back, do a deep cleaning on some of these, but right now just trying to get it wiped down to where we get most of that goo off, and we can see if anything other than that was hurting the operation of it. Well, that sounds good, Jason. That's what I did. Turkey breast. I was saying earlier, did big old turkey breast in the oven Thursday. That and stuffing and green beans, mashed potatoes. I don't know if I mentioned the mashed potatoes. Yeah, I did. The scratch-made mashed potatoes too, and gravy. Gravy was the only disappointment. Yeah, this thing's gonna need a bath and some vinegar. Get some of that really deep crud off of it. All right, let's see if we can put it back together now. So this goes in here. And they made it pretty simple because you can look for notches everywhere. Like, there's a notch, there's a notch, and there's a notch. So, makes it pretty easy to figure out which way that's supposed to go. Like that. And then let's see, springs, latch retractor. Give a shot of Houdini in here. Okay, on these, you'll notice how that's not even, and it's not even inside, so it will really only go in one way and sit evenly. We put our spring cups in there, and then we can balance our springs. Then you get them centered up on that post. And I can't remember. I believe it goes this way. Yeah, Ron, I've watched videos put stuff back together before. I think I'll be okay with this. Let's see, which one? All right, Jason. Appreciate you stopping by, as always. That didn't go in there the right way. Probably shouldn't have even gone in that direction, huh? Oops. Like I said, guys, it's been a little bit. Okay, there we go. So that fits all nicely in there. But is that the correct one? Can't remember if these are identical. It's one that's just a hair bit longer. Tractor goes in the other way, and you need the outside spindle too. Okay. So the tractor goes in this way. Correct. All right, so there goes the obligatory spring launching. Fortunately, I have a backstop, so can't really go far unless it hits a good ricochet. There we go. That's what I was missing. Had to turn that around that way. Yep. And that way you get the lifting action. Am I correct so far, y'all? Okay. Okay, I see now. Yeah. Yep. Outside. Yep. Okay, I'm good on that. And then getting your springs to stay put. I'm forgetting. Yep. Big part. Oops. Oops. This might help. There we go. I was just testing to see if y'all were paying attention. Okay. So again, not quite yet. And let's see. There we go. There we go. I went around my ass to get to my elbow for that one, didn't I? Alright, now this goes on. Before I get this snap down on here, you know what? I know I swear I've done this before. There's video proof of it. Kind of forgot something important there. So this goes in. Let's see. This goes in the outside spindle, correct? Yes. Morning, LPG. And yes, Night Owl, that's awesome. You should have done it as a live so that we could tell you things after it was too late to help. Yep. I like that. I do. See, so this little plate here will go to interact with the tailpiece on the cylinder. Sits flush like that. Then we put the spring cages in. The springs, the retractor. And then we put its plate over. There we go. And then we can put this in. Probably should have put that in before, shouldn't I have? Yes. All right. So where did I screw up on this one? I know that sits there. All right, Night Owl. I'll try not to hold you up from getting lunch. Let's see. All right. Yes, I have done this before. It's just been a little while. When you don't do certain things every single day, it's a little bit tricky sometimes to go right back to doing it. There we go. All right. So that's not going that way. And I managed to pop my little spring out, which isn't that bad. It's just a little retainer spring. All right, so this may call it. Yeah, I remember the notch rune. It's just the again, the fact I haven't done it in quite a while. I know I said not that long ago, but it's probably been at least, I'd say it at least close to 8 or 9 months since the last time I actually did this. There we go. All right, that's in there. Let's see. Yeah, one more time. Ready? Bending that tab back where it's straight. Alrighty. There we go. Yeah, Night Owl, that spring would be kind of a bad thing to break, I believe. Alright. There we go with that. Then we slide the cotter pin back in. Bend it back out. Alrighty. We can put this on. There we go. That on like that. Along with these. Ren, that sounds pretty cool. The thermal cam, I would love that. The 3D printer, I've thought about 3D printers, but I really don't have that much stuff that I like to use in plastic. Although it would be cool to have, but the thermal camera would interest me more. And no, I don't have one from work to play with, unfortunately. There we go. And see, this needs to be picked again, which didn't take that long the first time. see if we can get it in here. We'll get it seated in here and then pick it. There we go. And then line that up. Let's see, yep. Just aligning the tailpiece, trying to get it where it'll go through the actuator. And then we pick it. And of course, now I lube the cylinder up and it's not going to want to pick. That was assisted by the crud before. All right. Time on this, we're just going to check the function. I ain't even going to worry about that at this point. Works much better now, doesn't it? Oh, Lord. All right, let's get the camera pointed back around so we can wrap this you-know-what show up. All right, guys, so... yeah, no, I didn't get the cylinder back in all the way. I got everything else put back together. And most importantly of all, it works better now than it did when we started. That's what really matters, right? So now, in addition to picking locks on a regular basis for practice, I'm going to put... taking A-series locks apart and putting them back together again. Yeah, that's going to be another weekly practice session, I believe. So, anyway, guys, appreciate all the help and advice. I really do. And, yes, I've done this before, but it's been a while. So, I'll probably pull this cylinder apart and make a key for it and just repin it to another key that I have, and then it'll go sit on the shelf in the collection. And again, I might refinish it a little bit. It depends. I've got a lot of other stuff to do here in the shop. I've got a lot of cleaning I need to do.
So I'm probably going to do that while my training stuff is running on the computer. Because I really do need to do that. But anyway, everybody, appreciate you stopping by again. Appreciate all the advice. Again, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving weekend. What the hell is that? Ugh. Ugh. It's a big old grease boogie. Anyway, but yeah, hope y'all are having a great weekend. And we'll do this again next Saturday. Night Owl, like I said, as soon as I get your package, I'll probably do an opening. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday afternoon, evening-ish. I unfortunately have to go back to work Tuesday, which is better than having to go back to work Monday, I'll admit. But Monday I've got training. Runs about a good third of the day, or third and a half of the day. At least half the day. And anyway, so I'll be done with that, come back home, and then go to work Tuesday. So anyway, again, I appreciate everybody stopping by. Look at the comments. I know y'all are talking about the 3D printers. Yeah, now Fred, if I could get a metal 3D printer and it actually be able to print with some sort of sturdy metal, then I would be really interested. But until we can get a brass printer for the shop, what do y'all think about that? I mean, how cool would that be to get a brass printer, or I know it could be done, but a steel printer would be even more cool. Of course, then you'd have to buy a CNC machine to finish it off. But anyway, yeah. So let's see here. All right, LPG. Yeah, back just in time to end things up. I thought today was going to be short, but we ran long. So, but again, appreciate everybody sticking here, and appreciate all the help and advice as always. I need to go check on my barbecue just to make sure it's not doing anything it's not supposed to. Should be all right though. But anyway, folks, again, hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. Hope y'all are having a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Stay out of trouble till then. All right, guys.